Jerry the King Lawler, Southern Heavyweight Champ. And Jerry said I need a little time because I got something I want to talk to you about, and I'm trusting his good judgment.
Well,
what is all this, Jerry?
I got something that is a little unusual to talk about. Can you tell what that is? That's a have you seen a deposition before?
Oh, boy, look at
That's exactly what that is. I got. Well, let me go back in time just a little bit. Does everybody remember when Andy Kaufman, remember Andy Kaufman, the guy from Taxi and everything?
Taxi, yeah.
He came to Memphis, and he wanted to wrestle some women and everything.
Yep.
Well, okay, he came here a few months ago, and he did wrestle and beat several women, but there was one girl named Foxy who gave him a tough battle.
Really?
So she came back and wrestled him again, and he did finally win the match, but I was in her corner, gave her a few pointers and everything, and after the match was over, he kind of roughed her up a little bit. Well, I went in the ring and kind of pulled him off and maybe shoved him back a little bit. Well, day before yesterday, I got a knock on my door, and a man delivers me a videotape and this, which is a deposition given to a lawyer and a court reporter from Andy Kaufman, and apparently I'm being sued by Andy Kaufman now. And I just want to show you this tape from Andy Kaufman if you want to look at this.
Okay.
Can you run this?
Yeah,
this is
here it
the
is.
silliest thing you've ever.
Do you remember me? I'm Andy Kaufman from Hollywood. Remember you pushed me around in the ring last time I was down in Memphis, Tennessee? Well, let me tell you something, Mr. Lawler. I am not a hick. I am not from Memphis, Tennessee. I don't come from Tennessee like you do, okay? I come from Hollywood, California, where I make movies and TV shows. I am a national television star, and I want the respect that I deserve when I come down to Memphis. And I don't like any hick like you pushing me around in the ring. I never agreed to wrestle you. I was wrestling someone else. You stuck your nose in. You came in the ring. You pushed me around, and now you know what I'm going to do? Mr. Lawler, I have a lot of money, okay? A lot of money. And I've hired a lawyer, and I am going to sue you for every cent that you've got. Every cent that you're worth. You will be in debt to me for the rest of your life. You'll never eat again when I'm through with you. You'll wish you never heard the name Andy Kaufman. Do you hear me? Do you believe me? You don't believe me? Just in case you don't believe me, I brought my lawyer with me. You'll meet him right now, Mr. Bob Zamuda.
Oh, Mr. Kaufman, the bottom line is this. The law is the law. Assault and battery is assault and battery. It does not matter if this man attacked you viciously on the street of New York City or in L.A. Well, it wouldn't happen in Los Angeles here. But in the South, if you were attacked on the street or if you were attacked in a wrestling ring, you did not sign any contract that you were going to wrestle that man that evening. That's right. He jumped in the ring. He hit you. It's just as much if a spectator jumped in that ring and hit you over the head, like this man clubbed you. I saw the tape.
Tell me, do I have a case? Do I have a case, Mr. Zamuda?
You have a perfect case.
Okay, if I sue him, will I win?
Yes, you will, sir.
Okay. Will he ever eat again?
If somebody gives him a handout.
Well, Mr. Lawler, I hope you have a lot of friends that'll give you handouts, because when I'm through with you, you won't be able to eat again. I'll see you in court, my friend.
I'd forgotten the whole issue.
Yeah, I had forgotten it too. Well, let me just tell you what I figured out on this Andy Kaufman situation is the fact that probably when Andy Kaufman was growing up, maybe a little kid, he at that time was obviously a big wrestling fan. Probably fantasized, as all little kids do. You want to be a policeman or whatever. He probably fantasized when he was a little child that he wanted to be a wrestler someday. Well, unfortunately, when he grew up, Mother Nature was not so kind to him, and he grew up to be a wimp. Just a tall, skinny idiot like he is. And so he realized that he could never fulfill his dream of becoming a professional wrestler. Now, whatever you wanted a long time ago, when you're finally able to get these things, you realize that, whatever you really wanted, you really go after them later on in life. Like myself, when I was a little kid, my parents would never let me drink soft drinks. When I was old enough finally to make my own decision, I drink about 10 a day. Now, so this is obviously what happened to Andy Kaufman was, he knew he could never be a wrestler. So he had to settle, which is, no bad deal. He became a television star and made movies and everything, which is very nice. But apparently from doing all of this, he made enough money that he finally sat back and said, with all this money I've got, maybe I can live out my fantasy of being a wrestler. Now, I'm sure what went through that warped mind of Andy Kaufman was he said, now, it's no way I could wrestle a man or beat a man, so I will wrestle women. So now he goes all around the country, and he wrestles women, and the poor women, they feel like it's a big honor to be in the ring with somebody that's on network television, that's somebody that's a big star. So they go in there, and Andy Kaufman makes a fool out of them just because they think it's a big deal to be in the ring or wrestle a big star like Andy Kaufman.
He puts up a lot of money.
That's right. Well, yeah, you know, but the main thing is they think it's a big deal to be in there with Andy Kaufman. And he makes a fool out of them, and at the same time, he lives out his fantasy. He thinks that he is a wrestler. Well, let me just say this, Andy Kaufman. You can sue me, and you can get all of these. This lawyer looks like the kind of guy that specializes in whiplash cases, you know, that chases the ambulances. You can get all the lawyers you want to, Andy Kaufman, and you can sue me all you want to, but I've got a very simple solution for you, wimp. And I've realized that he's obviously got somebody taping this, or he's going to find out what I say. So if Andy Kaufman wants to live out his fantasy of being a wrestler, I can let him live that out real easily, Lance. If he would ever once step into the wrestling ring with a man, you would see what it would be like to be a wrestler, and it would end your fantasies and end your dreams in just about 30 seconds, and you would never want to be in a wrestling ring again. So if you want to do that, we can settle it two ways, Andy Kaufman. We can settle it in court, which your case is a joke. You know, Lance, I barely pushed the guy. That's a joke. Or what I would propose, and what I think everybody would love to see, is Andy Kaufman come and get in the ring with a real wrestler and let him see what it's like to really wrestle. How would that be?
Sounds fine enough.
Okay.
And
Could you maybe get that message to Mr. Andy Kaufman for me?
I'm sure that we will, and like you
appreciate
say, he'll know it. Jerry, that we've had a lot of conversations, a lot of weird things, but that's an unusual one for